Hello world. I have to make a confession. A few days ago, I posted a video of a PSP kernel exploit running the PS Vita. In that video, you saw the person run a game called renajec, then load a modified save that went into a menu called ProShell. A few hours later, I posted the files for a similar hack, but it was only compatible with firmwares 1.69 and below.
So why are you telling us this?
I'm telling you this because the video was not mine.
New.
You see, a user that will not be named came to me with a story of trust and betrayal. He explained to me how he was asked to test a project ran by a man known as the Z on vololo.net. So he was very excited to test his first exploit. Later on Skype, the Z gave him files for a FTP brew that he did not own and were created by PSP hacker Coldbird. After this testing was complete, the Z explained how he had a secret source on the inside of the scene that supplied him files for a PSP kernel exploit.
And then what happened?
The test was a failure, but luckily the Z knew how to fix it. But a new tester was added. A man named RentMaze7. RentMaze7 had two Vitas. One on 1.81, and the other on 1.69. He explained how the files for the renajec kernel exploit leaked by the Z to him had worked on his 1.69 and that he would show a video running it. The unidentified user suggested that they ask developers such as Vololo, Coldbird, or Team Pro for help. But unfortunately, the Z told him they are thieves and suck very much. They are the reason TN left the scene, and they are like Apple who basically release the same product every year. The unidentified user accepted this answer. But he didn't know that this question would be his last. The Z abandoned the poor user, and continued his research secretly with RentMaze7 and his Russian friend renajec. Luckily, RentMaze7 was so stupid enough that he informed our protagonist that he had the working files on 1.81.
Oh really? Well, it sounds like RentMaze7 is an even more douchebag than Fate6.
No, that's an insult to Fate6. He's far more shittier than RentMaze7. But that's another story for another time. Anyways, our hero was furious on how they abandoned him. So he took action and contacted me about this secret hack going on. I took the liberty of posting the video you saw earlier. It didn't take long before the Z and others found out about this leak of a leak. They began to bitch to our hero on how he betrayed them and is killing the PlayStation Vita scene. But he didn't care. The Z was very desperate then. He even offered to supply the working files if the video got removed, but our hero ultimately decided it was too late.
That still doesn't answer the question on why I can't play renajec's save file on my 1.81 Vita.
Have not you paid attention to a word I said? The exploit is not mine, and I might get into trouble, the Z warned our hero about.
And what trouble that the Z, a trustworthy user on vololo.net, have offered the hero?
The Z was not alone on the threats. RentMaze7 was also in on it as well. They said they had connections and that they knew very experienced hackers who would be interested in having details about the hero. So if the video wasn't removed, the hero's Vita would be executed.
Oh no.
Oh yes. But luckily, the hero didn't fall for that bull. Anyways, it is time to conclude this confession. The files are not mine to release, they are the Z's stolen property that most likely belong to Coldbird. If you want working files, go to vololo.net and ask the Z, or check out his contact information in my description. Other users involved are a man named Boo, Koval, and some Mexicans. No offense, I just didn't remember their names.
I just got done doing all that on vololo.net, but the only response I get is pool. What the hell does pool mean?
Oh, it's just a cover-up. They all know I'm telling the truth and even have the evidence to back it up, but you know how it is.
No, I don't know how it is.
Well, the Z is a trustworthy member of vololo.net. So basically, that means he can leak everyone's work to anybody he feels like. Then when you try to report his crimes, Vololo doesn't care. That's why the PS3 scene is dead and full of drama, and why the PS Vita scene is heading down the same path.
Is the Z's actions similar to Fate6 being a corrupt mod?
No, just no. Don't even go there. His actions are I can't even say it.
I understand. But it still doesn't make sense why you have all this evidence on the Z but Vololo and pals don't do anything about it.
Like I said, the PS Vita scene will soon die. It's because people like the staff on Vololo leak their own exploits.
I understand. Well, this wraps up tonight's confession. The Z has the files and he won't share with any of you. Finn.